can't say I can do much as of now, but who knows what will come in the future.
Careful your book, huh? Otherwise, maybe you get wet.
You don't have to worry about that. And I grab my book by one side of it and just like dip it in the water and bring it back out, shake it a little bit, and it's completely dry.
It's just creeps so carefully out even more.
I shake it a bit more and go back to reading it.
Cool. Zuko is gonna reach over for his loot and he's gonna start plucking strings.
At the end of the ritual, the materials inside of the brazier disappear into ash, and from the ash in the brazier, you see a raven come out of it. It's like shake itself off and jump on his shoulder, and then realize it's uncomfortable there and begins to perch within his horns.
Gee, boy. This one your friend or?
Yes. And the crow begins to mimic your voice, saying, "Friend."
It's a demon?
Useful. Actually, I get to pick what it is. What do I want to be?
At this point, the human man will just slide against the wall until he gets to these steps to get out and exalt.
Does he start running?
No, but he's just it's just like someone who just realized that the person in the back of their car that they picked up from the side of the road hitchhiking is a murderer, and they're trying to act calm but also get out of there as fast as possible.
You're in Loathing Las Vegas vibes right now. Yeah.
Actually, what is a crow's passive perception? Oh, it's a raven. Forgot they don't have those. Oh, that's a 13. It's better than mine. Would you say the crow, the raven, notices the man trying to get away?
Yeah, I'll say that.
It'll turn its head and look at him and start like jumping up and flies at him to chase him out of the room.
He'll start to scream, like he just starts running. He drops his towel, he just bolts out of there. He fumbles with the door for a solid few seconds and just
Come back here. Sorry, he's a bit mischievous. I don't like to control him very much.
Where did he come from?
I gotta decide what he is. I'm gonna just say he's a beast because I have no reason to make him fiendish, and he wouldn't be if he
Came from fire.
He's from my home. I met him there, and now I can summon him whenever I need. Does take quite a bit of money, though.
So Zulkifli's gonna lean forward and look you very seriously in the eyes. When you look at the fire, do you hear a voice talking to you?
Do I, Michael?
um
Do I hear a voice?
not recently.
Not as of late.
Don't get up.
And I haven't heard any voices, but not recently. So mine.
I think we're having some sound issues.
Oh no.
So from there,
All right.
does anybody else plan on doing anything at the moment?
What's the layout of our rooms like?
The rooms are comfortable. You know, you have your standard bed or beds depending on who is bunking with who, if that. I think you all paid for your own rooms. There is a fireplace. There's no like area for the smoke to go. You just see it like as the smoke goes up, it kind of just like disappears. There's no need for the chimney. And you know your standard needs that you would find in a room.
All right. Okay.
Is there anything that you were looking for in particular?
Not necessarily. I was just curious. Aspen's definitely not used to this type of room. But yeah, he'll probably kind of get ready to go to bed and like have his feet hanging off the end of it.
Okay. Right. So, and there's something else that everyone likes to do before you all go to bed. We'll go ahead and say that you all begin to lay down for a nice rest.
Oh yeah. I'd say just soon after Zolkifli's question, he's just gonna get up. He's bare ass naked. No shame in the water.
Oh, it is a bath.
Covered in scars, mostly on his arms. He just go and retrieve his things, just shake it off. Go and grab his.
Just nods at him as he walks away.
Yeah.
The bath is in a garden, right?
It's like a rock garden type area.
Okay, did we all get individual rooms? I don't remember.
Well, before we get to that, no, was there anything else that you wanted to say your character was doing? Other than just getting
I'll
dressed?
say Zolkifli gonna go up just for a walk, just for about another half hour or so. He's thinking his two furbolg friends are safe. The rest they can take care of themselves. He's gonna just walk the streets for a bit, getting a sense of the smells, the sounds, the look of the people.
Okay. So yeah, you did pay for your own rooms, but if anybody wants to share a room, you're able to do that.
Oh, I was gonna ask because I wanted to sleep outside if possible.
Yeah, if you want to, your room is still paid for though.
Alright. I'll sleep like right outside the rock garden where I can get away from the steam, so I'm not sweating my ass off while I sleep. I just lay down on the hard rocks. That doesn't seem to bother.
I have something I would like to do for the morning time.
Before we get to morning, can I have everybody except for Aspen deafen, please?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Awesome.
I think we're still waiting for Kevin.
To deafen.
Yeah.
Not mute, deafen.
Yeah, he's handling that.
Taking care of that.
There you go. Perfect. Everybody's deafened.
But as you lay down and you close your eyes, you open to find yourself in a field. One that is familiar to you.
Oh.
This would be a field outside your village, more like a clear in the middle of a forest in the wildlands.
Does this feel kind of dream-like? Like, would I be aware if it was a dream or not?
Make a wisdom check. A wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
actually.
Wisdom save. All right, I'm good at those. 25.
25. You know that this is not real. But
Okay.
it feels real.
So it's not like a dream.
As you kind of stand there, you look around of your surroundings and smell the fresh, pure air of these lands, and all of the wildlife is going about you, and you finally feel at home once more. Across the way, sitting next to a small pool of water, is a woman in a white gown. She's kind of like hunched over. Her shoulders seem to be shaking slightly, as if silently crying to herself.
Does this woman look familiar at all?
With her back turned to you, not quite.
What color is her hair?
Her hair is a raven black.
Aspen. She's across a pond, you said?
Across the clearing, sitting next to a pool of water.
Okay, cool. So Aspen will slowly but surely, like, make his way up to said woman.
As you make your way close, you slowly begin to hear the sound of her crying slowly begin to crescendo as you draw nearer, as the sound becomes more clear.
Is there something wrong?
No, I'm fine.
What are you, doing here?
I needed a moment.
A moment away from something?
Shh, I'm sorry, but you're gonna wake the baby. Finally got it to sleep.
The baby?
At this point, you see that she's actually seems to be holding something. As she kind of like half turns toward you, there is a small bundle in front of her, wrapped and swaddled.
Aspen's gonna kind of like slowly get a better look at it.
How are you getting a better look? Are you like going to step in front of her, beside her?
Like, kind of look. She's, I'm assuming she's a bit shorter than me. I'm gonna like kind of look over her shoulder.
So as you begin to peer over her shoulder and see the side of her face, and just as you get a peek at the visage of this small child, her head turns very sharply towards you, where now you see that her face is half rotted as she begins to scream, "Get away! Get away!" and begins to crawl towards you. You find yourself shocked and are backing up, taking quick steps back in a reverse motion, as you trip over a rock. And just as she gets close to you and is reaching for you and reaching for your throat, you wake up gasping for air.
Oh shit. Okay. Alright. That's horrible.
Hello.
Welcome
again.
back, everybody.
Okay, who's the doppelganger? Someone's the doppelganger.
You'll never know when I'm going to do it again.
No.
You all wake up to a bright golden light shining through the windows, or just in the air of where you currently are located, as the sound of a city that has kind of never sleeps is starting to become busier and the streets are becoming crowded once more.
Right. And actually, I would like to get up before the sun, and I would like to go ahead and take a bath of my own. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll spend 45 minutes, an hour doing that. And then enjoy some tea with the sunrise. Perhaps, yeah, I'll make tea for my friends as well. I'll make tea for everyone. Pretty generic blend. And then I'll just go around and deliver that after I watch the sunrise. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock.
Thank you.
Of course. Knock, knock. Good morning.
What? If you get to Aspen's room, he doesn't respond right away.
Uh-oh. I will knock again.
Yeah, he's not responding.
I'll come back. Aspen, he doesn't mind iced tea. Yeah. I'll just do my rounds. If anyone would like to talk, of course I'm here, but I won't take up your morning time. Hi.
You can talk if you can find me.
Yeah, do I find him? You said you're outside. I
Oh,
did
wait,
go
yeah.
outside for the sunrise, but
I was I'm like outside in the near the bath.
well, I have a 16 perception.
Yeah,
Possibly.
you'd probably
so
find
I
me.
probably
You'd also probably hear the crow. I mean, the raven messing about in the morning. It's like jumping around.
Oh, that's sweet. Does it want some seeds? It likes seeds. I think I got some of those. I would like to offer some seeds to this raven that I have found with my sleeping companion. What?
The raven flies up to you and lands on your wrist, looks you in the face, and then says "mine," and pecks you on the thumb just hard enough so you drop the seeds, and then it'll grab them off the floor.
They're...
You can tell that it wasn't meant to be like fully painful. You just didn't want to get out of your hand.
Fair enough. I respect the boundaries. Have a good morning. I'll just leave the cup there for him for when he wakes up. Put a topper on it. Don't
Yeah.
get no flies.
As you walk away, you do hear the raven say "thank you" in a very like distorted voice.
Oh, you are very welcome. That was cute. And yeah, at the end of that, I think I'm going to just take a seat. It's there's a tavern area, right?
There is no tavern here. They do. It is an inn.
Okay.
They do have food that you can purchase for breakfast, though.
Can we sit
Yeah, I
and eat
don't
it?
know about that for me.
Yep.
An eating area? Okay,
I
cool.
will
Yeah.
take a seat and I'll
That's
wait
where-
for everyone to wake up and come down.
Yeah. Zol's already there. When you woke him
Excellent.
up with the tea, he's sitting there. Selamat pagi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sleep well?
No.
Oh? Well, can I pry? Why?
Too many people.
Oh. I mean, I found it quite relaxing. I hid under the bed. Of course it didn't fit me fully, but it did feel quite safe. I created a wonderful den for myself. It doesn't compare, obviously, to nature, but I do what I can.
Also, I never. Usually I like to run before I sleep, but tonight no, cannot.
Huh.
Thank you. I'm happy you sleep well.
Me too.
Hey.
Though, have you heard from Aspen?
No. He seems quite I don't know. He's troubling here.
To say
Yeah.
the least.
Mm,
Has he told you what happened?
no. He say he's. I know he's. See him kill people, and that's the first time I see him do any of that. I wonder if maybe that affects him. You know.
Perhaps. It would affect me, surely.
Yeah. It affect me.
Mhm.
Long time ago, the first time.
It's the backseat woman will walk over to your table. Good morning.
I was gonna just react, startled.
Grand Rising, how are you?
Well, another morning, another day of work. Can I get
What is
anything? Her hair is like a silvery gray with black spots throughout. Almost like a snow leopard in a way, but I'm not wearing, tavern keeper clothing.
So I was gonna just regard her silently, just a little taken aback, but realizing that there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with this site. Just doesn't see a lot of tabaxi.
I mean, I am like, I'm starstruck. I'm like, wow. I mean, I've seen a couple of them, I'm not too used to them.
I'm sorry, is there anything I can get either one of you?
Nagging, meat. You have any beef or chicken or can?
I can get you out a platter.
Oh,
Do you
and
want any eggs or toast or anything?
Hey,
more hot water.
Hot water, okay.
You have rice? You have rice?
No, not here.
Okay, fine.
And whenever she does leave, I'm gonna go ahead and start rummaging through what I've gathered. Do I have any catnip or catnip equivalent?
Any what?
Do I have any catnip or catnip equivalent?
I would say no. At this point, does
No.
anybody want to join them at the table?
Yes. Yeah, I'll come over.
I
So
gotta find
Nazmir will
some.
come over and sit down next to you.
Grand Rising, Nazmir.
Good morning.
Cormac's gonna come out as well.
Good morning, Cormac.
You know, I certainly don't mean any disrespect to this place. I haven't even tried their food yet, but I would say you should try the food at the Salt Rock Saloon sometime. My brother Peter owns that place, and you may have heard of him. He's known as the Saltpeter Saint. He's known well for his cooking. I do miss it. Though I'm sure the food here is good as well.
Did you
What?
say he's one of the never mind.
What kind of food?
He's particularly good with different kinds of meat. He can make like a spicy beef,
I see.
or kind of a sweet, tangy chicken. He's He's done some really good things.
Really? You see, food here, very bland, like not spicy. So where I'm from, my homeland, very, very spicy,
Well, I don't know how his compares to where you're from. Certainly, he can cook a bit more spicy than most people here eat.
Some people have already think that mayonnaise is spicy.
Would you say your brother is a he's almost like a sorcerer of food?
I certainly would, yes.
So that would be perhaps why we've heard of him. He's the greatest sorcerer of food of our time.
Well, I would like to think so. I haven't met very many who would disagree. We'll see if we ever make it that way. I believe he's set up his tavern in Port Guard.
We should visit.
The server would come back and she'll put down the hot water in front of Astra and a platter in front of Zulkifli. So what you have is chicken fried steak, Zulkifli, with a nice white gravy over it that has a bit too much pepper. Also home fries with that is fried with peppers and onions mixed in as well.
I want Cormac to look to the server and be like, "Do you lot have any coffee in this place?"
I can find if I have any being made.
So if he's gonna start going through the food with his right hand, he's just gonna eat that. Just taking some potatoes, dipping it in gravy. That's how he's gonna eat it.
And also, Cormac's also gonna order the same kind of plate.
May I try a pepper?
Yeah. I'll offer a pepper.
She's gonna go ahead and bite into this pepper, which has been previously mentioned is over seasoned with the pepper.
It's
from
the gravy was, but the pepper has a slight crunch to it.
Connected. I didn't get any gravy on it. Can I get gravy on it? This is for the experience.
Pepper,
okay, yeah.
Pepper with
Gravy
gravy.
also.
Thank you.
Yeah. We call this one kwa gravy.
See, we don't make this a lot. She's gonna go ahead, consume it. It's all right. A little overpowering. She's gonna put the other half down. That wasn't in the gravy. I found that some spices really do ruin a dish.
This one okay. Maybe it could be more spicy lah.
Maybe a different kind of spice. And I was going to mention earlier, I didn't want to be rude, but you have to remember that they're at an organic disadvantage. They don't have the same spices that grow naturally. So perhaps their cooking is not attuned to it.
Maybe.
It's very two-dimensional, if I may say. I will note that the quality of ingredient is most important. If you have a natural, fresh, wonderful ingredient, the flavor will come out naturally.
The server will come back and she'll sit down this small, medium-sized contraption in front of Cormac, kind of at the end of the table. It has a metal pot, and on the other side, a kind of glass flask that has coffee grounds in it. At the bottom of this metal pot is an oil wick lantern, which she lights. And as the water is heated up in this metal pot, it condenses and goes down into a siphon and into the metal flask. As the water drains, the pot goes down and then is sucked back up into the pot, and now you can turn on a tap to pour out your freshly made coffee.
It's almost like magic, that is.
Another one of the inventions of the city. Also, fun fact, that machine actually exists, guys. It's called...
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
It's wonderful.
I've seen it before. It's so cool.
It's okay if it's gonna try it. Spit it out a little bit. Not used to coffee.
Is there any creamer in that, or is it just bitter black coffee?
Cormac just pours a cup and just starts drinking it straight up.
Oh,
At this point, now that all the food's set on the table, you hear the noise of a crow getting closer as it flies out of the place where the bath is, and just and it spots Astra, knowing that it gave her food before, and it sees the food on the table and just like flies to the table and sits down on it. It's like food.
She's gonna give him a little wave and pull out the bird mix of tea that she has, that she made for Murmur. She's gonna start concocting a little tea for this little guy.
Is this bird one of
I'll look
ours?
at the bird. Where is your friend, the dragon?
Waking up.
I love it.
You tell him he can come. You tell them they can come.
They here.
Look around. Are they here?
You get the sense they meant here as in they can hear what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Are they here? H-E-A-R.
Yeah. And after about like a minute, you see Senelot come out of the door and walk towards you guys as if he knew where you guys were.
Sinila. You sleep well?
Yeah.
Always outside, huh?
Yeah. I'm used to sleeping wherever. Where I come from, we don't have beds. So I don't see much company. It's a welcome difference, I guess.
You, after this, you go where? You came with us to
At
Vanaria.
home.
Now what?
Well, I either go back home once my mission is complete, or I'm a man who person who likes to keep their word. So if you somehow manage to make me indebted to you, I have to repay it. But otherwise, I'll probably just disappear.
Mission?
Well, I was sent here. I don't know the specifics, but I do have a purpose for being here. I'm not just wandering around.
Well, what is that purpose?
I'm not sure the person who sent me here would like me to be divulging that information.
Can we help
Correct.
you?
Sure, you can help me without realizing you're helping me. So until it is absolutely necessary, I cannot tell you.
All right. Looking around, I'm gonna go ahead and notice. I think the only person that isn't here is my brother. So I'm gonna go ahead and serve the bird tea in a little bowl container on the floor. I'm not gonna put that on the table because I know that Raven is gonna be. Yeah. And I'm gonna go search for my brother. I'm gonna go knock on his door.
It's gonna look at you like
Drink that.
And then Sinaloa grabs it and just puts it at the edge of the table.
The
Seems the crow was too lazy to fly down.
Astra, looking around, you do not see your brother, but there is a group of people in gear, red and gold in color, or insignias of the Solsticia Guild. They're kind of laughing and joking on with each other before you head up to knock on your brother's door.
Interesting. Do I hear anything of what they say as I'm walking
Make a
past?
perception check.
Will do. 25.
Yeah, one is like, and when that tower replenishes itself, we'll find all of our fortune. They're like, hear, hear, and are cheering and just gesturing with each other. There is a woman who's wearing a red robe with a tall pointed hat as well. If you all can manage to not die, I don't know how much I would be able to protect you.
I don't know if they notice me. I'll give them a little wave as I go. They don't seem... I have an idea for what's going to happen between us, but I'm putting that in the back of my mind.
We'll just stop and stare for a moment as you walk by. He won't say anything.
Fair enough. Does Aspen open the door for me?
When you knock, the door will kind of like, it wasn't completely closed. It will like open a little bit.
Oh. She's gonna push open the door. She's gonna look down. She's, not gonna invade the privacy. Aspen? Are you in there?
You just hear like, kind of, like, heavy breathing. Just like, that's kind of like shaky.
Aspen? Can I look?
Doesn't really respond.
She's gonna go ahead and look anyway. I gotta see what's going on. This is odd. What's he doing right now? What's his pose?
Real quick, Michael, is there like a small desk maybe inside of these rooms?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, Aspen's on his bed, and he's like, still kind of dressed how he was when he was sleeping. So he's just wearing his trousers, kind of hunched over, crossed, with his legs crossed, and he has his head in his hands. And on the table is his journal opened up.
I'm gonna go ahead and approach calmly, slowly, and I'm gonna just lay a hand on his shoulder while I peek at the journal and see if I can read what he last wrote.
Roll another perception check. I should roll investigation this time.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah. Oh, God. 5.
Well, hard to see. Maybe it's the lighting.
Maybe it's the scribble handwriting. Okay. Aspen, talk to me. I gotta look him over. What's his face looking like? He said he got his head in his hands. Yo.
Sorry. He just kind of like it's like, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it is code red. I'm gonna go ahead and close the door. And I'm going to take whatever pillow and blanket that they put in this shack, and I'm gonna go ahead and make like this nest on the floor. Please come sit in the nest, Aspen.
Alright, Aspen kind of like doesn't completely stand up. He just kind of like shifts over to the middle of the room and then sits down in the little thing of pillows.
Astra is going to sit crisscross in front of him and lay out both of her hands in front of him.
Alright. Aspen kind of takes his hands off of his face, and his like eyes are kind of like puffy and stuff. And puts his hands.
Now, it's time to talk about this.
It's hard to talk about.
Give it your best shot. It doesn't have to make sense. But you can't deal with this alone, brother. All we have is each other.
When, back at the cave, we were so quick to leave. I feel we should have stayed longer and looked further.
And for what reason do you feel that?
When I closed the cave entrance, I saw. I think I saw a mother and her child.
Oh. Like a human mother and child?
Yes.
And are you sure they were real?
I don't know. I had a dream. I don't know if it was a dream. It felt more than that. About the mother. And she attacked me.
Okay. That couldn't have possibly actually been her. But dreams, we know they have importance. Our mother told us that. What does it mean?
I think I'm making excuses. I think there was actually a woman in there.
Would you want to try to return?
I don't know if I want to.
Are you going to be able to live with this?
I'm not sure. It's really hard to think about.
Well, I honor your intuition, and I understand that you feel that they were real. And they could have been. But there's also a possibility that they were. Or there's a possibility, there's so many things we don't understand here, Aspen. We've seen people driven mad by things we can't even see. What if she wasn't what she looked like? You know? Don't beat yourself up about it, Aspen. That's all I mean to say. We did what we could. We would have died in there. You and I have a big responsibility on our shoulders, and nature has to take its course sometimes.
Guess I haven't thought about it lately with all the fighting, but I don't really enjoy that the path that we are going on might cause some innocent people to get hurt.
Then we'll do our very best to help the innocent. And we'll do our very best to leave a good, lasting impression. unless you'd like to just leave, but I feel we're onto something, really. And I think that these, the group of people we're with is quite interesting, a bit violent, and maybe we could be a good change for them. Maybe we could have them make choices that might be different than what they might normally make. It could help people. We could help people here. You have infinite potential to help people, Aspen.
He's just gonna stand up and go to grab his like robes. And his hat.
Astra will stand and offer a hug.
Aspen accepts, of course.
Also. And then when we're ready, we can go ahead and head down.
Yeah, Aspen takes his book and looks at it like one last time and closes it up and buckles it to his side. Before grabbing his staff to go join everybody.
At this point,
Oh.
Cormac, you do have your meal in front of you.
Excellent.
Wait.
How is everyone faring right now when we return?
He's finishing his food, and he's sitting there wondering whether he should go up and check, but trusting that this Astra will take care of Aspen, not wanting to intrude.
Nazmir.
I order anything with meat in it, and then I just eat it in my weird ass way.
Nazmir, what were you saying?
Just that, you know, he's quietly enjoying his food, reminiscing. He's still thinking about his brother's cooking. You know, it's been a couple of years, at least. Actually, a couple of decades, I think, since I've seen my brother last.
At this point, the group of adventurers that are affiliated with the Solsticia Guild are getting up and leaving.
Oh.
You know, they've...
What do they look like, by the way?
It's a mix of people. Gotta make an insight check.
Okay, can do.
They keep talking about that tower. That,
8.
It's a mix of people. There is a human, an elf, a dwarf. There is a larger member of their party, which you recognize to be a kind of a Goliath. But there's a few mixtures of people. All have various skills. Asmir, what were you saying?
just a comment to the group. You know, they've mentioned that tower all over the place. That Noxerium seems indeed to be becoming quite important. I've asked people, even in my clock tower, people have come and asked if we sell it, which I thought was a bit strange. We just sell watches and clocks. But everyone wants some.
Everyone wants some the Noxerium, but also everyone wants someone like us to go inside
Indeed.
and maybe fight.
How many of them return? Sounds dangerous.
Sometimes they come back, sometimes they do not. So, do we also go?
Of course.
Huh, Astra, you
Yeah, she's gonna
Aspen.
take a seat, having heard the discussion. Um,
Uh, you
have
think
we
you
all
want?
thought about the offer provided to us yesterday? I have.
What are you thinking?
I say we accept.
Go into the tower.
Yes. And I say we represent two of the guilds. The Direcogs and the Feywind. Half and half.
I will admit I'm rather hesitant. I have my family to think of. And from what it sounds like, it seems as though it is somewhat dangerous.
I hear your concern. What I have hope for is that it was mentioned to us, it gets progressively difficult. And that the beginning of the tower is a little milder, tamer, and then the further you go, the more difficult it gets. And we could turn around at any time. I imagine if we get in there right when the full moon, I believe it is. That's what is resetting it, right? The full moon? Or an eclipse?
Also, there is other groups also going inside, and they may try to fight us if we go inside too.
That's true. We could try to take a really sneaky approach. I mean, we don't know how big. It looks huge. But when we're inside, we don't know what it looks like in there. We could hide completely.
We'll admit the allure is certainly there. The demand is high, which means there's great investment that could be made in going. But there's always high risk with high reward. So, I'm personally rather torn on that.
Well, I respect your decision, but I know I'm going to do it. And
Fair enough.
we were
It's
offered
going-
transport, at least. I would really like to take a hold of that.
Yeah. If Astra is going, I also go.
Now, I will also say, just to double check, the offer from the Guildmaster, Kasten, that was for the group to explore the Direcogs. He presented that to everyone. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I will say that's also rather troubling to hear of potential corruption within the Direcog clan. If we can outroot some misconduct, some illegal operations, that would mean a lot to me as well. Many of the people in that guild I've known for a long time. I've broken bread with them. I know their children. If there are indeed some among them who are corrupt, well, for one, that would be quite a betrayal.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question, Nazmir?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever lived with deer?
No. I've seen some in parks and in the woods, but I've lived my whole life in the clock tower.
I remember a particular event from my youth in which my grandmother, she had a vision about the deer in our forest. And we had been finding bodies. We had no idea why they were dropping. The marks on them made no sense. There was no illness, and it was quite concerning. So we looked into it. The best way to look into what happens to a family is to be in it. And so
Indeed.
I was tasked with living within the herd. And would you like to guess what was picking off the deer?
Some disease, perhaps?
It was another deer. The deer was a bit rabid. It had it itself did have an illness, but it was causing it to act out. And it was dealt with. Aspen did some look into it, as well as our uncles, just into the illness itself, and we concluded some things about it. It's a little dangerous to us, but we're gonna be fine. The most important part is the lesson. If we go into that family and we find nothing wrong, then we've done no wrong. We've only benefited them. But if we do find something wrong, if we find a problem, we can pinpoint it and we can make the community better.
I agree. For myself and for my children, I've always maintained the importance of trustworthiness, building an honest business. It fosters better relationships, better community. So I would certainly like to discover if there is any illness or corruption. So I am simply saying that as far as my personal interests, that opportunity currently has my attention.
Does anyone else have concerns? Worries?
No. They are the Direcogs. They are your family, yeah, Nazmi?
In a sense, not blood, but I've done business. I've worked with many of them for decades.
Maybe they will answer to you. You can talk to some of them. Maybe yes. Astra, she says maybe we go into the tower. We represent the Direcog. We become friendly. We give them something. Doxerium or what. And then maybe from there we find out is there something inside the Direcog clan.
Yes, I agree. It sounds like working within does sound like the best way. And we can work within through the tower, I think. We can combine these two missions, these two goals.
Sambil menyelam, minum air. When you are diving, you drink water. As we're saying, peribahasa, we say.
What does it mean?
When you are diving, you drink water also because you are at the sea. So you have, hey, what is the saying here? 2 birds, 1 stone.
Indeed.
Sambil menyelam, minum air.
Well,
Why would you throw a stone at a bird?
perhaps if we're
Looks like
careful
the pro.
about how far into
True also.
Indeed.
What?
Perhaps if we're careful about how far into the tower we go, then it should be fine. I suppose.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Would y'all mind me representing the Feywind?
Multiple factions in a single group, then.
Need they know? Or
I suppose that depends what you mean by representing.
well, I feel that the Feywind has a lot to offer me in terms of my pursuits and the answers I'm looking for at a medicinal level. I've already gotten a lot of interesting leads from them, and I feel that if I build my trust with them, I can learn more. So that's something I would like to do, but if we feel it's against our interests, I will listen.
I think maybe today, Nazmir, maybe we go to Diacox and we talk. And we see maybe we can become friendly, and ask around about this shipment maybe. Ask them if they want anything, if they have any work, anything like that. See if we can get to this shipment.
Indeed.
And then when we get to the tower, we represent Feywind. Feywind was it?
True. Well, the most direct way I would think of being able to gain access to shipping information is if we ourselves had a ship or caravan, something we could offer contracts to transport their goods. Obviously, we don't have that right now. That would simply be the most. That would simply be the most direct way that I can think of. But perhaps, like we did on our way here, we can offer services as guard for a caravan.
Can. Maybe we start just talking only. You say you are from Kona, you want to say hello.
Indeed.
Good morning, how are you?
In fact,
Maybe you have friend here?
that actually makes me think of another idea. If I simply present myself as a fellow merchant offering trade of goods, perhaps that way I could gain access to a list of things they have available for trade.
There is one more way we can find a shipping manifest. It's a book, right? It's a book. Okay, we take the book. Deal. You go in quiet, you find, we take.
It's the riskiest option, but
And that does make sense.
it does yield results.
You know, the irony is that's what that woman back in the tavern in the Lily, whatever.
Lily Den.
Yeah, I know. Whatever it was called. That's what she wanted, and I was against that at the time. It's funny that is coming up again as an option.
I'll cover at Cormac.
He's just over there, crosses his arms, kind of got a smirk going, like, huh? Doesn't sound like such a bad plan now, does it?
Well, perhaps we can make a copy. I still would like to give my friends the benefit of the doubt until we know whether there's some corruption or some issue.
My thoughts exactly.
When he offered this to us, He mentioned that he didn't want it to become public because it would cause a bad reputation. And he said he didn't want to falsely accuse another guild. Do we even have to provide real proof that they've done it? Or can we tell him if we find something and an investigation can start? Because it sounds like he's willing to report it if there's something there.
True.
And that
Now
would mean not taking anything at all, just taking a peek.
Well, there is one trick, and one very frustrating fact about society, and that is that those with money have great power. And often, if they are doing something, they have great power to conceal it. One of the reasons I hope my friends we do not find that they are corrupt is because it's hard to tell on the surface. From my experience with them, they've been good business partners, decent people. Some of them perhaps a little more self-centered and interested in personal gain, but for the most part, I've known them to abide the rules. So,
Okay, sudah.
in any case.
In Venaria, where we are now, who could we talk to in the Direcog clan? Who is your friend? Who can we talk to? Who can you talk to?
I have the most contact with those that make, for example, the clockwork gears and parts for my tower. So metal workers, glass makers.
Okay, we start. This one, we talk to those people. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I look around? May I take a peek at just our surroundings? Has anyone else taken a seat near us? Anyone listening to us?
Make a perception check.
20.
Okay. So looking around the room, there's a few people here. It is, again, later in the morning at this point, where people are now, finishing up their breakfasts. There is a halfling man that's about 2 tables over that, as you kind of look over, he notices you look like he's looking over you, notices that you're looking, and quickly looks down and starts stuffing sausage into his face.
I'm gonna look at Zool real quick to go look back. Look back at you. Look back at him. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a stand and go sit next to our new friend.
As you get up, he puts 2 gold on the table and immediately walks out the front door.
Following him
Okay, I'm going too.
at quick pace, and I walk quicker than he does. I'm way bigger.
Going then. He does well.
I'll stay here.
Where is she going?
Excuse me, sir. Sir. She walks out the front door.
My eyes glaze over real quick, and I go into the Raven, and I follow them just in case.
Yeah, so he's gonna look back and just start quickening pace. Now outside, as you're walking, he pushes a woman out of the way.
There's no need to make a scene.
Starting to run.
Oh, Lord, I'm Chase. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and...
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm gonna go ahead and wild shape.
I'm
gonna
just...
go Panther mode, dog.
Yeah, I'm just going to, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna use my hidden step to turn invisible, and then I'm gonna run in front of him.
At this point, we are going to do a chase.
Okay.
All right, everybody. For those of you who have been in a chase before, you know how this works. You say things that you're going to do to help your party or hinder the person that you're query, the one that you're trying to chase, and eventually you'll either catch them or they will get away. So, do this in turn order. What is the first thing that you would like to do to either help or hinder? These
First
all
things
will
first.
require rolls, by the way.
How far ahead is he?
He is starting to get a fair distance ahead of you.
Okay, well, since I just, I turned into a panther, I have a speed of 50 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and, dash?
So you're gonna turn into a panther and use that to move faster?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me to see how quickly you can navigate through this crowd and gain foot on him.
Oh,
By the
Lord,
way,
5.
I have
Yeah,
decided-
I'm not moving for this. Oh,
I've decided to name the Raven Mischief. That is his name now.
All right, so that will be a fail, Astra, as you try to turn into a panther. Panthers are quite alarming. People are starting to panic now as there's suddenly a cat beast in their midst, and they're all, and it's very hard to move through this crowd. He's a halfling. It's very easy for him to duck under legs and easily avoid everything.
Michael, real quick.
Would you call this the crowd at this time difficult terrain?
It would be.
Cool. I have a thing.
Hold on, Kevin needs something.
Michael,
Let's go, Kevin.
can I attempt to help Astra maneuver through the crowd by flying above it and keeping an eye on the halfling,
So
being
be
a
a-
beacon for her to follow?
It'd be a bit too late for that, but you can try that
for the next one.
Yep. So we'll get back to Noah real fast. Noah, what were you doing?
Cool. So Zulkifli he's going to use the dash action, and because when Zulkifli uses the dash action, he can move through difficult terrain without any slowing down of his movement. He's going to dash. He can dash 80 feet. 40 plus 40, 80 feet. He's going to dash that far.
Okay.
Just very quickly darting through the crowd, not slowing down.
Okay.
And trying to get to just adjacent to the halfling. And as he does so, he draws his karambit, very small curved dagger, right there. So can he get to within melee range?
Okay. So for this, do an athletics check.
Athletics, okay, can I? Okay, 13.
13. As you begin to dash, he looks over his shoulder and he pushes over a cart of produce, completely obstructing you for just a second as he kind of slides underneath.
What is this guy?
All right. That's been keeping up pace with everybody.
Yeah. This has all happened within a few seconds, so.
And I can see him.
You can make a perception check if you want.
Okay.
You would have
sure.
just seen Zulkifli run up and get blocked by a cart of produce.
All right. 23 perception.
Yeah, you spot him easily in the crowd.
All right. So Aspen's just gonna do that, and he's going to take his hand, and then he's gonna spread his fingers out and cast Hold Person.
What's the save on that?
It is a. I believe it's a Wisdom save.
What's the save DC?
15.
That will be a 19.
Damn.
He's cracked out right now.
At this point, the halfling is going to take out a object, and he's going to throw it down on the ground, and this large cloud of smoke suddenly obscures the entire street.
Can I sniff him? Do I smell it through the
At this
smoke?
point, I think Kevin would want to make his perception check with his bird.
Excellent.
Do that. Hey. 20.
20. So the bird is looking up. And at this point, with those rules, you will see that the halfling is nowhere in this immediate area. He seems to have gotten away.
Damn.
I'm going to continue looking. I know we lost him. I still got this fort for a little bit. I would like to do some sniffing around. I would like to hopefully have people not throw things at me.
People are freaking out as this like panther is moving through the crowd. This one's like, "Oh my god!" And she just like picks up her kid and then realizes her kid is too scared to run and hold, and she just drops the kid and keeps running.
I'm gonna go up to the kid and just lay down, like roll over, like do a growl. I don't know if panthers. I don't think they meow. They do like they do some weird
Oh,
shit.
they definitely meow.
No,
They
no.
definitely meow.
They purr.
But still, a peace offering to this child. Is this child freaking out?
At this point, guards are starting to approach.
Oh gosh, I gotta go. We're dashing out of here, and we're pouncing 120 feet opposite way. We're going back to the diner. Yo, why? Oh, I'm mad. It's okay. Who was he?
Go ahead and roll a stealth check there, Astra, with disadvantage.
Please.
I'd love to run with her, and as
11.
she goes, just attempt to kind of get between her and the guards, just to kind of block their view of her as she shifts.
This is so embarrassing.
Okay, so 11. Zulkifli, what are you doing?
I'd like to just help her with the transition, if I may, just to get between her and the guards, to kind of just add one more body, just to
Okay.
try to break their line of sight on her.
Are you dropping your shape?
Yeah, I'll drop it. Can I get it? Can I turn around a corner or something?
Go
Is there
roll
any
a
other-
stealth check with advantage this time, since there's
Let's
Zulkifli helping you.
go. 21.
So as you and Zulkifli run back through this, this is the nice part of the town where a lot of the restaurants and inns are. You just break into a corner, and as you turn the corner, you seamlessly resort back to your furbulk form.
Yeah, I have to fix my hair a little bit and calm my nerves.
You
I am.
hear a shrill whistle being blown, and then within a few seconds, go ahead, Aspen.
Aspen's kind of just like hustling back.
Within a few seconds, a few guards turn the corner and are like looking, ready to go. And then they're just gonna continue running down the alley past you guys. This old woman starts walking by. This town's going to shit.
I'm gonna go ahead and exit the alleyway and look for my companions.
So I'm walking by you. Close. Very close.
He was
Too fast.
he was
Were we
listening.
chasing him?
Did you catch his smell?
Like dirty smoke a little bit,
Mm.
but not the smoke he threw down. It's the kind that Cormac has sometimes.
You think
Yeah.
maybe he's Direcog?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. I think maybe we go to the Direcog hall. We smell for smoke. We see smoke. Maybe we see.
Were there
Echo,
any
can
other
I?
distinguishable smells that I could recognize? I had pretty good smelling. You know, big nose. I still have a big nose. I still have good smelling.
So there was something that he was eating that you might be able to use.
Well, he did have sausage.
Sausage.
Mhm.
Say hi to the panther.
Mischief is gonna land on Astra's head.
Okay.
Hello
Are y'all making your way back to the inn?
Yeah, we go back.
Okay.
Gosh.
Nazmir and Cormac are still enjoying their food and coffee.
What exactly?
I've just been sitting there, eyes glazed over. But
Nazmir, what were you saying?
Just as they come back, he says to them, "So what exactly was all that about?"
She's just gonna just plop on the seat. It's gonna kind of rumble. Her size. She's not disguised right now. Looking totally dejected. I think we messed up.
I think maybe someone was listening.
Yeah.
Someone listening. Someone knows now.
Oh,
Yamana? They know. Maybe now we look for that halfling. We know his face.
Speaking of which, I would like to do a composite sketch of the suspect while I still remember what he looks like.
Do a performance check. Do you have proficiency with artist tools?
I don't, but I watched my brother. I'm not the best artist. I did a humble 9.
It's,
I mean, if someone wants to donate 10 gold, I can make like a rudimentary tracker for him. If the drawing is good, because I wasn't really paying attention to the
it's not a good drawing.
No, damn.
oh, it's
it's
wonderful. It's a beautiful drawing. You did great.
Not anatomically accurate, but thank you. The spirit was there.
The eyes just ended up being 2 black circles filled in.
We'll put it up on the fridge. I mean,
The
The
icebox. Got it.
Right here on the icebox. Right where everyone can see it.
When we're ready though, I am ready to get a move on. While the trail is hot.
Yeah. We go
Well,
now before he
yes.
can say anything.
Otherwise, it sounds like that could become problematic. Well, how do we try to find him? Or her?
Well, first, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go to the Direcogs. First thing.
Before you all head out, you do owe me 7 silver for your drinks and meals.
Would you accept
Yes.
the comb? Astra's gonna offer the comb she was just using to fix her own hair.
No.
It's okay if he's gonna put 1 gold down.
Thank you.
I'm gonna change our party fund here for the.
Cool. 1 gold down. Did she offer 3 silver and change?
No.
The rest of it's a tip.
Well, I don't mind leaving a tip. It's not bad food.
If you guys ever wanted to know me as a server, that's it, right?
Before they can even ask for, it's like, oh, thanks for the tip. Now what are they gonna do? Ask for change after that?
Yeah.
Keeping also.
Oh.
Hey, and then as the server, as I'm passing the gold over, I'm gonna just keep my finger on the gold. I'll look at her and the halfling. He come here before or what? You seen him before?
I mean, is there a reason why? Is he in some sort of trouble?
Yeah, he owe me money.
Well, he forgot his his coin purse. He
Yeah, you
He
forgot to
dropped
lighten it for us.
on the way out. Is
I don't know. Maybe roll deception.
Who's rolling?
One of you as a straight roll because that was really bad lies.
10. Yeah,
10.
I did my best.
Well, let's hope she rolls low on her insight. Oh well, I mean he is a forgetful person. I don't know his last name, but I know his first name is Dodric.
Oh, of course.
Doderic. Dodric. And as you all learn this person's name, and prepare what move to make next, this is where we're going to go ahead and start transitioning to our mid-session break, everyone. Before we do,
if anyone wants to catch up on the sessions so far, of the campaign so far, we're at session 6. You are more than welcome to come check us out over at YouTube. All of our stuff's up on there. Just look for Prestige Gaming Community. You can also check out our full campaign 1, which is all the way from, what is it, session 20 or so?
47.
47. So, all 300,000 episods of campaign 1.
Actual
featuring
numbers.
most of yours truly. All the way over to level 20, because believe it or not, folks, we went to level 20 in that one, and we're going to do it again this time too. And if you're more of a listener than a watcher, you are more than welcome to check us out on Spotify. We are a podcast too. We have lovely sonorous voices to accompany you as you do your dishes. Just look for Prestige Community.
Welcome
back, everybody.
Every time.
So, yeah, where we last left off, you all realized that you were pursuing a halfling by the name of, anybody remember who I told you?
Daedric.
I wrote it down in the notes.
Good job, everyone. I'm so happy we're keeping notes this campaign. So, as you all finish up your meals and you prepare to leave the tavern, what would you like to do?
Well.
I gotta keep the memory fresh. I'm hyper focusing on what he looks like and the smell of sausage and smoke.
Same.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's just gonna explode through the doors on his way back into the inn. Just Marty. He's gonna look at the group. Just
I'm gonna assume
Motherfucker.
Kydra is still passed out in his room.
I'm sorry, Jack was saying something?
Sorry about that.
motherfucker. We lost the half elf. He will talk to someone. We must go now before he says anything.
Yeah. That seems prudent.
Ooh, are we gonna
We
kill
know-
somebody?
We are not going to kill anyone.
We don't even know.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I'll wait outside.
I saw what you did to those bandits.
Yes.
So you
Yeah,
all head
cool.
outside, and what are you doing?
Well, we're walking to the Direcog area.
Yeah, I'm looking at Nazmir. Okay, Nazmir. Maybe now we talk to your friends.
Yes.
We see maybe there's a way for them to trust us. Maybe we do something for them.
Sure. Perhaps I can arrange for some business to be started here in this city through some of my children.
So carefully. Lend me your shoulder real quick. Lend me your shoulder. I put my hand on his shoulder and my eyes glaze over. And I want to have Mischief fly about 80 feet above us, and I want to keep an eye out to make sure we're not being followed.
Roll perception.
There it is. We good enough. 18.
18. Okay. So you're all heading to the Tower District where all the guild headquarters are?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're walking through the town on the cobblestone streets, you begin to make your way over to the Tower District. You come to a area of the city where there is a wide, almost like river, where there are boats passing back and forth. That are just ferries that lead through these canals. How I'll call them. There are, once the ferry passes by, there is a loud sound of gears turning as this retractable bridge once again forms together, allowing you all to cross over. Some steam blows out. People start blowing, like the people who are like conducting the traffic blow whistles to allow you, to alert you to that it's time to move forward. It's very strange for some of you who've never been in a city such as this.
It is quite grand.
Quite some interesting words.
What's with all the steam?
They,
Quite loud.
indeed. That is a common way to create artificial motion and automation. It's a byproduct and a tool of some of our machines.
They have to boil water to move stuff?
It is one method to harness energy. Yes.
I see.
Steam.
That's right.
The steam come from fire. And the fire, it come where? From where? Magic? Spirit?
Could be. If they could find a profitable way to maintain a fire, magic would be a likely source.
Okay. Magic. Everything magic.
It's most convenient.
At this point, you're walking, there's this woman who's wearing this very wide brim hat in front of you, elvish, long platinum hair, and as this like strong wind blows through, her hat comes flying off, starts flying back towards you all. She's like, oh,
Catch it. Reach out and catch it.
make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. Let's see. 15.
15, yeah, that'll be enough. You reach up and you quickly snatch the hat. It's red in its color. That matches her overall coordination of her outfit. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Put it back.
Please, for that hat means a lot to me. Allow me to give you this. She's gonna take a necklace out from around her neck. Will you accept this as a token of my appreciation?
I'll reach out and take it because she's offering.
Yeah, it's a small silver chain with a pendant that is kind of a aquamarine gemstone with silver holdings and decor.
I'll see it, I'll gasp, and I'll think this does have quite a lot of value for a casual gift. And Zulkifli will look up and wonder at who this person could possibly be to give such a valuable thing to a complete stranger, and he won't really have the words for that. He'll just look at her and put it away. What does she look like?
So she is elvish, high elven to be exact, with more tan skin to go with her platinum hair. Her eyes in particular are have flecks of gold in them. You know, tall, slender, around almost 6 feet tall, with a red dress, looking very nice with these ivory gloves coming up to about almost to her elbow. She puts the hat back onto her head. I do appreciate it.
Of course. And I'll just pat my chest. Zukifli.
Amelia.
Amelia. I'll bow and step aside to let her on away.
Okay. She'll move on her way. As you all continue your way to the Tower District, eventually you make your way to the large circular area where a number of guilds they're having goods brought in, goods are leaving, couriers I should say, are bringing messages back and forth. It's quite a wide hustle and bustle overall. Is there anything that you would like to do?
Aspen's gonna turn to the party and just ask, we are looking for the halfling. Would you like it if I took a more stealthy form?
Come. Gesture for everyone to come close.
Alright.
Okay. This halfling, maybe will say that we are enemies. We try to kill him. And so, we do not try to kill so soon. Maybe we just find out where is he, who is his friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Careful. Quiet.
Do you want me to transform so that we can get a look at him, maybe, if we find him?
Okay.
You should have. You should have. I think we should just remember that we don't need to be violent. We just have to clear up the air, make sure he understands that he heard the wrong thing. He doesn't understand what our conversation was about.
I think maybe now your body, you disguise yourself, you can look rupa macam you can turn into human also.
Yeah, I could. That would help.
Maybe the disguising myself as a person might not be good, because if I was being chased by anybody, I would be a little bit scared of anybody approaching me. I was thinking I could transform into something small.
Okay. Which one?
The cat.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
It does to me. He knows what I look like, though. So I'll go ahead and, yeah, I'll disguise myself in elven form.
Maybe later you can change into their faces also.
Aspen, just clarifying, it's like, do you want me to transform now? Should I wait?
You can transform now, because we're gonna head over, I believe. Unless there's anything that we need to touch on first, but I feel this is rather urgent.
Alright, so Aspen will kind of get in the middle of the huddle and kind of crouch over like he's picking something up, and he'll wild shape into a white cat with kind of like eyes that look cloudy, like it's blind.
Nearby, you guys do hear a sort of commotion. There's a large crowd kind of gathering, and kind of rising above the crowd are these figures standing on boxes, kind of like shouting things out. And you recognize that each one of them is representing one of the guilds. And you're noticing that the crowd around them are all wearing gear.
Okay. What kind of gear? Are they armed with swords, crossbows, that kind of thing?
Much like yourselves, they seem to be independent mercenaries or adventurers.
Okay, cool. Do they have a uniform look to them, or are they kind of scraps, leather, that kind of thing?
They are a happy mix, as none of them are really in a uniform.
Solsticia, maybe.
We could check out what they're talking about. Or we could head over to the residence of Direcog. I'm happy with either option.
I have an idea.
Okay.
If that halfling is nearby, perhaps he's within reach of my message spell. Perhaps if he's within the crowd, for example. And if I could speak, he would hear it directly into his mind. And if I could startle him, perhaps, then we could discover it. If he happens to be around this vicinity.
So where are we in like relative position to the crowd? Are we kind of like passing by? Or are we standing near the crowd now?
You're getting closer to the crowd if that's what you want to do.
Bro.
Yeah, Aspen as a cat is gonna walk closer to the crowd.
I had asked you.
Okay.
And he's gonna start kind of weaving between everybody's legs, looking for this halfling.
Roll for perception.
Could I use my smell? Would I know his scent as well?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Looking for sausage.
Yeah.
Roll for
Alright.
sausage.
Roll for sausage. Here we go. That's a nat 20,
Oh.
25.
Natural 20. Looking around, you don't pick up on the scent of sausage necessarily, but you do pick up on the scent of smoke. You follow it?
I was like, have you not?
Yeah.
So kind of behind where these people are set up, and you're hearing a number of things called out, like people are like, hand me the registration for Eberloss. No, Solstice is where you need to join. We give a 3% more for payout, and so on and so forth. These people just like these all seem to be adventurers wanting to enter the tower at its resetting time. And these are the number of representatives from the guilds in the central area that are registering people right now. So you follow the smell of smoke to kind of this temporary tent that is set up. And at this point, you with your natural 20, you are on one side of the cloth, and you hear a kind of a hushed conversation.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Can we still see Aspen?
I'll say that he's out of your sight right now.
If possible, I would like to keep track of him with mischief, just in case something happens.
Okay.
So is there like an opening to this cloth or anything?
Roll for investigation.
All right, cool. Investigation, not too great at that.
Oh.
13?
13. There's not necessarily an opening, but there is kind of a small tear in the canvas.
All right.
Okay, I like this
Is it like
dress,
close to
but
the ground?
Close enough to where you can see it.
all the pictures
All
and
right.
stuff
So
that I like,
Aspen's gonna stick his head through and like meow, I
The
guess.
dresses are nice, and they always fit me.
You just stick your head through and meow.
Yeah, kind of like softly, like act like a cat.
Okay.
And
Said what?
yeah.
Okay. The conversation stops for a moment, and what you see in front of you is a amethyst dragonborn man sitting at a desk with just stacks of papers in front of him, and on the other side is a very tall, about 7 feet, man that's like completely shaved head and with black irises, but what would normally be the whites of his eye are just like this bright green color. His
Okay.
skin is dark, almost the color of charcoal. And he is wearing this like purple vest with a white tunic underneath, but there's no sleeves. And his bottom half is more of a robe bottom in itself. And his hands are kind of, he's sitting on the other side of this desk, and next to him is the halfling man that was listening on your conversation.
All right, and he's a what was the? You said there was the one with the green green like whites of eyes. What race was he again?
He appears just to be a really tall human.
Oh, okay.
The dragonborn looks at you. Just, oh, the poor thing must be lost. He's gonna pick you up and like put you in his lap and start petting you as he talks.
Boy, you're a bit heavy, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess Aspen's just gonna listen in and kind of pretend. Play along. He's gonna purr.
The amethyst dragonborn is going to continue on with the conversation. I am sorry for that interruption. I just could not resist. However, Zevis, I cannot grant your request. Unfortunately, Direcog is much too busy with the tower resetting and the shortage of Noxie to assist the Aberlost Guild in the research of any nearby ruins or with their own efforts. I'm sorry that your recruitment efforts have been less than desirable. The man that he was speaking to, that you now know to be named Zaves, Xavess. Really, Nasir, after everything that we have done, the information and intel we have provided from our studies, you can't grant us this one favor in such an important time. That's all I can do. We have our own hands full. As you can see, our recruitment efforts just outside are going quite well. At this point, you'll see Zaves as he kind of speaks, a little bit of this like green fog begins to roll out the corners of his mouth, and just for a moment his eyes begin to glaze. You will regret this, Minister. To which the Dragonborn will reply, if I did not know any better, Mr. Quintomo, it sounds like the leader of the Aberlost Guild is threatening not just the Direcog, but the Prime Minister himself. At this point, Zaves will do kind of like a pivot turn and a 180 with hands still tucked behind his back and leave with the halfling next to him. Now, how about we get you some nice chicken or something, as he's like kind of like petting you and picks you up. We'll put a plate down next to his desk, and he won't give you the bone, but like tear off pieces of chicken and fish that he was eating and just put it down on the plate.
All right, Aspen's gonna eat the chicken and kind of like he's not used to eating meat.
You can't
All
bring any
right,
of that either.
just playing along, thinking in his head, man. It's like that was some important information. I'm glad I did this, but how am I gonna leave? All right, yeah. As he's eating from this dish, he's gonna look around the tent to take in more of his surroundings.
Okay.
You have to also remember
What's the inside of the tent like?
It is a standard canvas tent. It seems to be set there just temporarily for the day, so he can work closely to the recruiting efforts. Go to roll perception for me. More information.
Okay. Perception. It's a 7.
7. Not much else to see. There's just like stacks of papers. Every now and then, like he'll just finish writing something and put his hand up, and a courier will just be there to take it from his hand and run it to wherever it needs to go, or they'll bring in something delivered to him. And he's just like, shh, and he looks at you and goes, "The work never stops, my little friend."
Wow, cool.
Aspen meows.
Puerto Rico so you can get drunk. I was like,
What are the rest of you doing?
Well, how long has it been since Aspen went on his way?
About 20 minutes. How long does your wild shape last for, I should ask?
An hour.
Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm getting a little worried.
The guards who you mentioned earlier, does it look like they cover a full perimeter? Does it look like there's any way to, at least in public, innocuously just go up to the doors?
For the tower?
Yeah, or is it just fully walled off, guarded?
There's guard station, like there's, are you talking about like the Tower of Allura, the one right, like the big tower? Is that what you're asking about, Noah?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so getting a look at the tower, there is a massive stone archway that has guards posted on both sides. It's heavily guarded. And you also notice that there is a statue in the middle of this archway, kind of like splitting the path, which moves. You're not close enough to see exactly what it's doing, but it is an animated statue of some sort.
We are level 4, right?
I'm sorry?
We're level 4, right?
You are level 4.
Yeah, so wild chip is 2 hours
yeah.
right now.
Is it?
Before, and I didn't like it.
It says for a number of hours equal to half your druid level.
She was actually,
Half my
like,
druid level.
I told
Okay.
her both of them,
Yeah, so 2, I guess, yeah.
because it looked like she was
Yeah.
getting-
Okay. At this point, Aspen, a man will walk in with 2 creatures on both sides of him. They're made of what looks to be vine or tree root that's kind of like spiraled and grown together, but it's heavily armored, and underneath their full helm there is like this glowing green, and he'll say, "Minister," and this guy has like palish gray skin, kind of gaunt looking. Your guardians are here to escort you to speak to the crowd outside. Look at me go. Closes this book that he's writing in. I appreciate it. Now you be careful, little one. He'll get up, and with the guardians on both sides of him, he'll walk out.
All right. So just to clarify, the one that was it was a dragonborn that picked me up, right?
Yeah, that was the Amethyst Dragonborn, which has been told to you to be the minister, which is Nasir Dejan. He is the leader of the Direcogs.
Okay, of the Direcogs, and the human that walked in earlier with the halfling was Everloss.
Yep, and his name was Zaves Quintomo. Nasir Dejan. This is gonna be in Twitch chat for everybody to see. And Zaves Quintomo.
So okay, and they're just walking out right now.
Yep. Outside the two guards posted on the flaps of the tent outside, you are now currently alone in this room.
All right.
We actually.
Okay.
We got things done.
Let me see if this counts for this.
Bro, I was getting stuff.
All right. Yeah. I don't think that would work. But since this is a racial ability, I am going to look back at the hole that I came through, and just out of pure caution, he's going to use hidden step to turn invisible as a cat and climb back through the hole. And he'll like run far from the tent, try to find like a place where he's unseen, and he will return to his regular form.
And take you only get the hidden step by 6 seconds. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you can use a racial ability while you're not.
You can.
You can?
You can. Yeah, I googled it.
Yes.
Cool. Well, that's something new. We learn every day. Yeah. So like, make a perception check as you're quickly jumping out and turning invisible.
Yeah. Nat 20.
Another
25.
natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, within seconds, you're able to analyze your surrounding area and kind of go between these two stacks of crates, and you revert back to your Aspen-like form.
All right. And Aspen will go look for the party.
Okay. The party is sitting in the same spot where you left them. They didn't say they were going anywhere else. So
Yeah.
I'll say that you do catch their attention. They begin to walk over you. Zul, while you're walking back over to Aspen, you kind of trip and stumble for a second. You look down and there is a small bag of coins in front of you, seemingly dropped by someone.
Didn't see who it was, eh?
Just like someone dropping their wallet. It's just a small bag of coins.
Okay. Do I see anyone around looking at me?
Make a perception check.
Sure. That, sir, is a 23.
So close to your first natural 20. I mean, so close.
Not yet.
But looking around, there is nobody looking at you.
I'll pick it up.
Has 10 gold in it.
Anything else in it?
Nope, just 10 gold. Someone's coin purse.
Can I smell it?
Okay.
Does it smell like smoke?
Smells like a little bit of honey and vanilla, actually.
I'll keep it. Honey and vanilla. That sound familiar.
Nope.
Okay, just gonna put it away. Just gonna think of Amelia, apropos of nothing. Apropos of something. And then he's gonna just frown his way through that feeling. Because he doesn't really have the words. And then he's gonna go join his party.
So you all reconvene near the crates where Aspen is.
Yep. I bring mischief back and I can see again.
Aspen takes his water skin and washes out his mouth really quick. Ugh. I did. We should talk about this somewhere where people can't hear us.
Yeah.
You know, if you crush up a bit of mint leaf in your water when you swish that around, that leaves a fresh feeling in your mouth.
Oh, that makes sense.
Dirty mouth, clean it up with Orbit. You little sorry.
So, Espen, you found something?
He's gonna nod.
What?
He's gonna get close to Zulkifli and whisper. He's gonna be like, the halfling works with the Everloss Guild.
Hey. Okay.
And he was with the leader of the Everloss Guild speaking to the Prime Minister, the leader of the Direcogs.
Well, not some random person.
No.
We
Did he
were
say anything about
told
us?
something about the Prime Minister, weren't we?
He didn't say anything about us. The Prime Minister told the leader of the Everloss Guild that he couldn't fulfill a request.
What did he want?
Just for clarification, it was from what I picked up, I could probably assume that it was some kind of like aid with
No, it's starting again.
searching through ruins, I think was brought up.
It was for the acquisition of adventures regarding the tower and its replenishment and other things
Okay.
that the guild oversees.
Alright, I'll just relay that then.
And it was like,
Well, I wonder if that cave we discovered would be considered a ruin. We didn't go far enough to find anything else, but that moss at least seemed almost alive.
Alright. Aspen, with that, he'll actually reach into his bag and pull out the sample of moss that he took, and he's gonna take a peek at it.
I don't like drinking.
Okay.
The girls that invited me.
I'm assuming it's just a piece of like dead moss. Is there anything weird about it?
Make a nature check.
Alright. Nature here.
And they were like, Angel, you should go too. And I was
21.
like, okay, let's go.
So I mean, at this point, it's kind of drying up and losing its moisture, and it's kind of like crumbles a little bit when you touch it. So you're being very careful, but at this point, it just seems like it's dead and would be relatively hard to study.
Wait, has my sample fared any better? Wait, how did you store yours? Aspen?
Aspen probably stored his in like a little,
Yeah, I know.
maybe like corked vial or something.
So what if I put mine in a leaf?
It wouldn't be much better.
Understood. Understood. Okay. Can it be rehydrated? We got a water source around here?
I've got my water skin. I'm just passing over.
Excellent. I would like to try to rehydrate the moss.
Roll for nature, I guess.
Okay.
You pour water over it.
A 6.
Too much.
Yeah, I felt like,
Nothing happens.
Much water.
you know, it's a different kind of moss, so.
Why
Moss
are
is
we
now
fiddling with moss?
Take back my empty water purse.
We found it in a
I was like, don't.
strange,
Yeah.
likely dangerous cave.
Mm.
It seemed almost like a carnivorous moss, so it was quite curious.
Ah. That makes sense. Do I know of anything of this nature, Mr. DM?
Make a history check.
It's 2. Oh, that teased me. I got a 5.
You have no
I was
idea.
gonna get a 19. Damn, sounds like some dangerous moss.
So, I have an idea. Maybe we just go inside and we say we offer our help services. We say what you want. Any kind of work. Escort, investigation.
Well, from what Aspen told us, it sounds like the Direcog leader is concerned with the tower.
Okay. If itu saja, okay, we do that. But my
This
point
was the
is
prime minister we were sent after, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on, what was Zulkifli saying?
My point is we make a friend.
Indeed.
And then what was your question, Kevin?
Is this the prime minister we were told about, or is it a different one?
It's the same prime minister. It's Nasir Dejan, the
Yeah.
Amethyst Dragonborn.
Okay, so this is the one we were told to steal something? I don't remember.
Right, he was the one who's said to have this claw of some sort.
Okay.
And
Which
the
Asher and Aspen might be after.
and the Direcog trading manifest might reveal some discrepancies.
So who's signing up for Direcog?
I'll sign up for Direcog.
Well, I will, of
Assuming we
course,
don't get to
I
it
have-
first. The book, I mean.
I had already decided on Everlost, so still have to do that.
Did you just announce that to everyone?
What?
Evan, did you just tell the whole group that?
Yeah, I thought we
In
decided
victory?
on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means we're split 3 ways.
Perfect.
Yep.
Interesting.
Many teams. We all go inside the tower. Each one represent someone. But we are one team.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, bagus. Can.
I would not be surprised if there were other teams that had people from various clans. There are different specialties that work well together.
But we work together.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were people from clans who were secretly in other clans. Spine doesn't seem to be above the board here.
Yeah.
So which ways are we splitting?
Well, I will lead a group to the Fey Wind.
Naturally, I think I'll join you.
Okay, Feline. And then I'll point
Astoria and Phelan.
to Nazmir. Direcog.
Indeed. Cormac and I shall go to Direcog.
Oh my. And then I'll point at Kydra, and Kydra will give an answer and we'll decide. Kydra will be non-committal.
Ever lost.
What a great choice, Kydra. Wow.
Hydro, would you like to come with me? I wish not to be alone.
Kydra will give an answer to be revealed at a later time.
Okay, cool. So.
And he asks that you respect his decision as well.
Okay.
Do not worry, Hydro. Respect is my middle name.
Okay, so I'll look down. I'll look up over at Espen. Espen, maybe did you see any shipping manifest?
I do believe he was writing in something, but I didn't take a look.
Okay. Maybe we go again. This time we take.
What did it look like he was writing?
I was a cat next to a desk. I couldn't see on top of it.
Okay. Wait until he is sleeping.
Did you see?
When he's sleeping, we go take.
Did you see any kind of safes or any containers or anything in the room as well?
I didn't stay long enough for that. Damn. Or I didn't catch a good look.
Should I
was
look for that?
Kind of picked up and treated as a pet for a moment.
Now, did you see any guard? Any soldier?
I did see what? I just saw the people that escorted him out, correct?
The guardians, they were called, and then there were guards outside the entrance of the tent.
Okay. So you see them. Now, those ones, they are allowed to be inside there. So you and your sister are to orang tukar badan. You can change yourself. You make yourself look like them, and then we go inside.
No, they want a problem with that. Documents is with that hold that much power aren't just going to be held inside of a tent.
No.
He's probably going to take it with him at the end of the night to a more secure location.
Real quick.
So we follow him then.
When he left, did he take anything with him, or?
Not that you saw. Your perception was pretty shit.
To put it,
I rolled a nat 20, then bad, then a nat 20.
Nat 20 was when you were escaping. You didn't look inside the tent.
No, I know.
Bad.
It was just like the stuff that really mattered was the one that I rolled
I'm
bad
dead.
on.
I'm alive. Then I'm dead.
Yeah. I'm up.
This small rabbit folk looking person, pink hair surprisingly, walks over to you. Hi, I'm Tom, and I run this registration desk over there. I was wondering if y'all's were looking to join a guild, because my registration desk, you can just sign up for any guild. It's not affiliated, and it's ran by the nation of Mysteria in itself. So if y'all were interested in joining one, just go ahead and go on over there, fill out the paperwork and such.
Sign up for the guild in the tower.
Right. So you can join any one of the guilds, and as an affiliate of them, I have the registration forms. You just need to get it approved and stamped by a representative of one of the guilds that you want to join. They do have to approve y'all.
And are there some benefits to this affiliation?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So typically, when you go into the tower and you come out with the stuff and whatnot, you get a percentage of what you bring out for the guild as your commission. There are some rules in the tower. If you just come over here to my desk, we can discuss those rules in length.
Wouldn't happen to be related to any smoking possums, would you?
That's a very odd question. I don't see why that would pertain to this. I'm a Harangon, you see, so I'm pretty rare around these parts.
Lucky we find you. So okay.
Oh, it's my job to go around and ask people who look like they have no idea what they're doing and what they want to do. So I'm really happy to be here helping all of y'all.
Were that obvious?
Very.
So we'll I guess at this one, just looking down at the book, I guess there's an entry for There's a whole table for Direcogs.
Well, you each are handed a piece of paper with a form that asks for your information, your next of kin, and then what guild you want to represent. There's a large box for a seal from the guild that you're joining. He goes, now, I would like to let you know that the tower can be very dangerous as you're on the higher floors. Once in the beginning, you'll be relatively safe. Nothing there that's very dangerous. Maybe a couple giant badgers, some other things. You'll find out here in the wilds. And then as you dwell deeper now, each floor is we call them floors, but we don't even know if they're floors really. We don't know much about this tower. You'll go through a gate and I'll bring you down to a different area, and the terrain gets more dangerous. You'll find more diverse terrain, things like glacial fields and volcanic areas and killer forests with giant bees, I don't know, and all sorts of things can be found on there, and monsters and creatures and things. It is not necessarily bound to the laws of this land either, so if another team finds you and decides that they want to attack you and whatnot, it's not exactly legal to be stabbing each other, because we have no jurisdiction in the tower, since we don't even know if it's on this plane of existence once you're in.
Okay.
Interesting.
I know, government's so weird. It's just a web of bureaucracy. Doesn't make much sense now, does it? Now, anyway, like I said, you are most likely to run into other teams when you first enter the tower. You have to make it past the tower guardian first. He'll make sure that you're affiliated with a guild before you're allowed to enter.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I apologize. I was just stating my understanding. Though I do have a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would there be any problem if we chose among our group here of companions to choose a few different guilds?
Now, if y'all, that's something a bit unusual than what we see here, because, guilds all pay different rates and have different benefits to joining them. And y'all have to figure out how to split those up between y'all. But of course, you can't share loot and then all go, because you're all going to get your own bag that can hold items that you find. Now, Noxiarium ain't the only thing you find in there. You can there's some plants in the particular areas can be valuable, some monster parts as well. There's a lot of stuff that you can find down in the tower.
See. So while it's untraditional, we should be able to choose different guilds if we desire.
If you so choose. Now, you just can't switch guilds once you join one without the proper paperwork, which is really hard to get. It's like a marriage.
I do not miss paperwork.
Neither do I, but here I am. Kill me.
Okay, we three, one team. Feline. I'll point to Astra.
Okay, so here's a form.
All right, Zool.
Ever lost.
Here's your form.
Thank you, kindly.
And we too prefer Direcog.
Very nice. Now here's your form.
And then our friend here, he will tell you what guild
that's a very interesting choice. I can respect that. Here's your form.
Right. Do you have any suggestions where we can find a representative to sign?
So they're all over there on their boxes. You can also go to the guild headquarters as well. And just, have an appropriate representative of the guild stamp your form, and you're on your way. And you can, starting tonight at midnight, you can enter the tower.
Wonderful.
Now, do y'all have the equipment that y'all need?
Know what I'm eating.
You're gonna need some. It's gonna be really hard to find it so late into the.
We have some.
I have
Well,
no
what-
money,
what
so I
would you
can't get
recommend?
anything.
I mean, you're gonna need some things to heal yourself, some things to eat. Like I said, it's very unpredictable down there. You might not even find like food if you're stuck in the desert for a week of time.
There could be desert
That
inside
could
the
be
town.
anything.
Espen's gonna look to Astra and Solkifli really quick. He's like, my berries count as meal for a whole day. That should be fine.
You
West,
have
remember
enough for
that
each of us?
we have a sponsor who should probably stay unnamed.
Right. We may be able
He
to ask for
offered.
some assistance.
Even so, I can create 10 of my.
Yeah.
That should be perfect.
You will need some
Yeah.
mining equipment as well in case you find any Noxy area more. Good luck on that. These creatures have been rather dangerous lately, and Noxiarium can be hard to mine.
What are these creatures?
Any one of the creatures that you find in the tower.
Yeah, like what?
Well, like I said, the killer bees are a possibility. Giant badgers. There's a couple of other monstrosities that people find. One found this thing they had was like a giant ball of muck with all these different mouths on it that chitter and chatter. Very, very deadly.
Huh.
My goodness.
I know it's such an oddity, you know. The fact that it resets every full moon and the monsters seem to almost come back to life and the resources replenish themselves. We have no idea what's going on there.
I have one question.
Yeah.
What happens if you are in the tower before and on the full moon?
That's an excellent question. You might find yourself surrounded by a bunch of new creatures that you just killed, and
You can come back. Teams have also come back.
I mean, we have found a few bodies at the stone gates when they've opened. You see how the doors are closed over there right now?
Yes.
Right. So the tower seals itself the day before the full moon, and then they open once the full moon and the overall reset happens.
So we'd be in there for a whole month. Is that what you're saying?
You can come and go in the month. It's just the last 24 hours the tower is sealed.
Oh, I see.
Okay, what else? The tower. Is there anything else?
Well, we
Yes.
know that the first 10 floors are always a forest. There's a few mountains in there, rocky cliff sides.
Forest, mountain, inside the tower.
It's curious, ain't it?
Magic.
Somebody once said that they found a dragon down there. I don't know if y'all would be ready for that, but
probably not.
and I'm not detecting much magic equipment on you as well.
Is there an end? Or does it keep going? The number of floors?
No one knows. The furthest anyone has made it down, but on record that is, that's come back and able to tell the tale, it's 28.
My goodness. All right. Well then. And you mentioned supplies before. If we did want to try our luck to see what's left, where would we go? Just the market is here, or
I mean,
nearby?
the best place to find potions is the Feywind Guild. They specialize in potions and healing. You have the Runic Knight Guild. They are doing the ones who make a lot of the magic equipment. Of course, there are independent sellers around the city. Y'all can find a number of people that sell things. I mean, the eastern and western districts are mostly, I'll say mostly, residential, but the southern district has a lot of warehouses and also airships docked there at the towers.
see.
Now that's not this tower. There's a collection of 4 smaller towers that are like docking stations for our airships. They have lifts that go up and down.
Okay.
Yeah, so tower's the whole reason why the city is here. People discovered the tower a long time ago and they built settlements around it and have continued to do so until it has turned into what you have today.
It's quite fascinating. This tower has a rich history. It sounds, this whole area.
Indeed. Most cities can't grow this large without an appropriate source of water.
Okay. Now, at this time of day, DM, it's been the morning. We had the breakfast. We had the chase. We came here. So it's about afternoon, is it not?
No.
Or about noon time?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Okay. Okay. So this is the plan. So we buy supplies.
Yes.
Okay.
It sounds like we need
Quick disclaimer to the rest of the group. I have no money. I am in your care.
Well, I would like
I
to
don't
get
need
a
much, though.
stamp first. A stamp of approval from one of the representatives.
Right. We can go to the separate groups for that.
I mean,
But they're all
representatives
close
are all
by
right
there.
there.
Yes.
yeah.
True.
Has the crowd thinned at all, DM?
It's about the same size.
Okay.
Now, just to point something out, if you 3 are joining the Fey Guild, the healer, that's not the healers.
They went to the healers.
Oh, they are. Okay. If you 3 are joining the Fey Win, and it's Cormac and I that are joining the Direcogs, that leaves it to Cormac and I to build a relationship within the Direcogs if that is the route we wish to go to try to gain access to that shipping deck. Which we could do. Just something to think about.
Do you feel you need more assistance?
Well, I mean, it never hurts. But
That's fair.
I think we could do it. What do you think, Cormac?
Think we got this? With proper equipment, of course.
Now, that will be another interesting thing because I believe that your methods and mine are going to be very different. But perhaps we can still find some way to work together. Well,
Now, I appreciate y'all's having this conversation right in front of me, but I do gotta get the next people in line.
So
Oh.
Ash is gonna look
Soon
back.
my
and go,
job is gonna be to dig out as much information from the
you're
Everlost.
there.
I didn't
You're very
realize they're
quiet
flying.
when you don't say anything.
I like y'all to be able to speak sometimes. You have any other questions, though, before I let you go?
Great. Give back the form. So finish. And
Oh, are we
Yeah.
assuming we just went and did that part? The
You have to
signature?
go get stamps.
Sure. where do I sign, Dan?
You want us to go ahead and say that you had your form signed?
Oh,
Let's do it.
okay.
Alright.
So
Sometime later.
yeah. But we're walking through the street. We're talking about this. So to
Guys
Nazmir,
waiting in line.
we find market, and I'll and to Sinilot. You join us lah. Like we will buy what we have to, and you join. You can have the okay.
It sounds like we'll need at least one pickaxe, though if, as he says, the pickings will be slim at this point, we may have to think of another way.
We should return to the Flaskmaster.
Yeah.
He offered to provide us with some supplies, especially because it is on such short notice.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, that does sound like the first priority. I also have for my own just in obtaining some beeswax and some other.
Three teams, 4 teams, 4 names.
That's right.
4 teams?
3 teams, and he's gonna look around. Okay, yeah. Well, he's looking over at Senior Lot, and so I guess it's Team Everlost, it's Team Direcog, and it's Team
Feline.
Team Feline. All right, cool.
Whatever
Maybe
team
another,
I draw.
depending on
Three names.
Team Kite.
Okay, so we think. But we could split. We could first go to the inn. We speak to Direcog man, but also we can speak to the Feywin person, the Lady Finula.
So split up and meet back here.
Uh-huh.
The tower doesn't open until tomorrow, correct?
Tonight at 12.
Okay.
Right?
It's probably for the
in
best
the
that we get
meantime-
some supplies gathered.
Just first, like, is there any way, DM, could we pass through a market at the moment? Are there any stalls around here? Like, can we see if there are any shovels or pickaxes around? Like,
Yeah, so this is the heart of the economics center of the town. So
Yeah.
if you want to go to any of the guilds, they have wares available.
Okay, cool. Is there a Direcog chapter right here?
Sorry, I'm yawning a lot even though I'm not tired. Yeah, there is a guild hall for the Direcogs. And these guild halls are massive structures. They are structures that produce goods, they sell the goods, their administrative offices are here. Just these very large buildings overall.
Cool. We're going inside that hall. Let's
Okay.
strike it. Let's go.
Yeah, so as you kind of walk in, there's just a number of gears turning along the walls, steam blowing, and just these very large machines of war. There are, ballistæ, there are cannons, that sort of thing. You kind of walk in and someone walks up to greet you. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Direcog. How can I help you today?
Looking for equipment.
I see.
Or going to the tower. So, shovel, pickaxe, mining thing. Potion.
For the basic mining equipment, we would be able to supply that. That is part of the package of becoming a member of the guild.
Can also just buy a shovel or what?
You can.
Uh-huh.
Cormac and I, we've just signed the paperwork to join Direcog.
Oh, allow me to look it over.
Here you are.
Looks all in order here, and he's gonna take out a stamp over at his desk and stamp both of your papers. Here are your bags. He's gonna hand you 2 bags of holding. These are guild property and need to be returned.
Okay.
And he's also going to hand you 2 mining packs consisting of a oil lantern that is sealed, a pickaxe, shovel. There is a little bit of black powder and a tinderbox.
And you wish these to be returned as well after?
Well, most of the time they tend to break, and they're so inexpensive. We just don't mind. This is normally the bags that we care about. Don't put them in the same bag. Like, don't combine them.
Okay.
Okay, cool. If there's no further business here, then we'll stride out and go over to the Feywind Hall.
Okay. If you wanted to buy a mining pack from them, it is 2 silver per pack.
Do you want to, or do you want to see if the Feywind will provide you one?
2 silver? It's
Yep.
okay if he's gonna put down a gold and buy 5 packs.
Okay.
Cool.
That is 3 charges of black powder sticks, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Per pack.
In each pack, okay.
Which do 3d6 fire damage.
Is that an item by chance? It's in
What?
D&D.
It's not.
Is that?
That's cool. Maybe you can add some custom items to our inventories when you're ready.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Cool. But in the meantime, I'll totally pick up some of those packs and then head over to the Feline Guild Hall.
Okay. The same woman greets you that you spoke to last night. Oh, hello. It's good to see you again.
Hello. I require a signature from you.
Oh, so you decided to join us. How sweet of you.
Yeah, Lady Flinova. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I will go ahead and stamp these, and as you do each get 2 potions of greater healing for joining our guild in this expedition.
Uh-huh.
That's great news.
Along between the 3 of you, you get 1 healer's kit.
Okay.
Healer's kit. Okay.
Suppose that does make more sense. The tools they give you are specialized to the clan.
Do either of you, Aspen or Zulkifli, feel particularly passionate about this healing kit?
Yeah, Ken K.
What does it do?
Take it. Oh, healing kit? Actually, yeah, look at it and
Stabilizes.
we'll recognize this pack. This one is... I'll look over inside. Can keep someone from dying, bleeding. Just look over it. There's some bandages. Recognize that. This one can stop pain. To help. Stop. This one, stop bleeding. Help with that.
And you each will get a bag of holding as well.
Oh.
So 6 greater potions of healing, shared between the 3 of you. 3 bags of holding and 1 healer's kit.
Pretty good.
That's nice.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Awesome. We'll take it. Do we notice? So I'll look down at the potions. I have more. Can buy.
If you like
Can
to
we
buy them, they are 100 gold each.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have
Smaller.
stations to make them?
They are hard to make. You might be able to find some ingredients in the tower if you're lucky enough. As greater potions of healing have more rare ingredients. I do have the common potions for about 30 gold each. I only have 10 in total now.
Okay. Zulkifli's gonna dig out 90 gold from the party funds, and he's gonna look to everyone else. 3 potion.
That seems like a good investment.
Okay. And I'll put it down. 3.
Very well. She'll Gonna whisk her hand, 3 potions will come off the shelf and land on the desk.
Okay. And Zolkiflin will take all 3, and he's gonna hand one to Astra, hand one to Aspen, hand one to look to Nazmir, Cormac, Hydro, Simulot. I'll put it up to Nazmir.
If you're offering it, I would gratefully accept.
Okay.
I'm happy to share if anyone else is in dire need of it.
So what? We have which potions? So we have among the 3 of us, we have 6 greater. Is that correct?
Yeah, and 3 common.
Yeah.
3 common that are
The last.
yeah.
Just the last potion I'll give to Cormac. Cormac, take a potion of healing as well. Okay. Altogether, 6 potions of greater healing. And we've got 3 new potions of healing, just standard ones. So Cormac, you add 1. Aspen Master also add 1. And Nuzmir. I'll look to Sinulot. You stay close.
Well, many thanks, Nova.
You're welcome,
See you
dear.
again.
Hopefully, don't go to... If you feel like your life is in danger, don't push forward. It's those who grow too greedy who lose themselves in the tower.
That will be heated.
Those are wise words.
Oh, it comes to you when you live as long as I have.
How long have you lived?
I never ask a lady her age.
I'm curious. You know, my grandmother lived to 392.
Wow. How great of her. Hopefully I live that long. Or maybe not. Sometimes existence is pain.
Okay, I think it's time for us to go. Have a good day.
Are you all right now?
I was not looking for that slap in the face.
Right.
No.
Okay. So now, Ebelos. I'll look to Sinulot. We go.
I have nowhere else to go.
Oh well, we'll follow Sinulot, and Sinulot can kind of lead us over to the Eberlost Guild Hall. What's that like?
If you don't mind,
I don't know what I'm doing.
I just have a quick personal errand I'll take care of while you do that, if I can borrow 10 gold.
Yeah. I'll hand you 10 gold from the party funds.
Which, DM, I am just off to look for personal grooming stuff like beeswax for my hair gel and, things like that.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who's going to Eberlos?
Me.
All of us, I think. We're following Sinulot, except for Nesmir, who's going.
Okay, Nazmir stays out. Alright, so you all head to Eberlos, which is it's like a very large library and museum, really. Not a whole lot to sell here per se. You kind of walk in and the halfling man is the one who's kind of at the front desk, and he like just, it's like his eyes just grow wide and he begins to inch closer to the side of the desk.
Hello, sir. I'm here seeking a signature.
Oh, so you decided to join the Everlost. That's nice. And he's gonna take a stamp, like with a shaky hand, like stamp down. there you go. And for joining the guild, you get 2 scrolls of invisibility.
Thank you, kindly.
No problem. And this bag of holding as well.
That'll be useful. I can't carry much on me.
Aspen, really quick, he's gonna look at the halfling. Lean forward a little bit. This guild is a library of sorts as well, isn't it?
We do have archives.
I assume they're restricted to members.
Correct.
Aspen will just kind of back off.
Astra's gonna go ahead and lean forward now and just stare at him.
He'll stare back. Did you want to say something, Kevin?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him if the guild has any specific missions or tasks for its members outside of the tower.
We have our members go out and explore ruins often. Typically, those can find we find information and valuable objects in those as well. Sometimes even some magical knowledge that we can sell or license, rather. So outside the tower, which is mainly for Noxiarium for us, you might find other work.
Seems quite interesting. I'll look into it.
Do you sell a lot of info?
I'm sorry, Astra?
Do you sell a lot of info, sir?
From time to time, info can be bought.
I will keep that in mind.
Well, we must go prepare for the opening of the tower tomorrow. I wish you a good day, and you'll be seeing me again.
Hopefully.
Okay, walk away. Dies in tower, never comes back.
As he starts to walk away, Aspen's gonna lean back forward again.
To lean back.
If you were paid the right sum, would you be able to fetch a book for a non-guild member?
What kind of book are you looking for?
I'm looking for a book that maybe mentions a name of a... Hold on, I'm pulling out my notes. Beldanea.
For 5 gold, I can look, but I cannot guarantee anything.
Aspen's gonna look over at his Kifley and so I don't. Is that all right?
Yeah.
We are using up a lot of the gold we were rewarded.
It is for spending.
It's city life.
We make more.
Okay. Aspen will put the gold, 5 pieces of gold on the table.
I will search for that for you.
Alright. When can I expect a update?
Oh, let's get you out of the tower first, and then I'll give you an update.
Alright. Aspen backs away and starts to head out.
As you all turn to leave, the doors in front of you close.
Okay.
5
Who's blocking our way?
members of Eberlost walk out in front of the doors. And behind you, back towards the desk, you hear, allow me to introduce myself. Turn around, you see this 6 foot tall, 7 foot tall man that's with charcoal black skin, that's bald with green eyes.
Aspen's gonna just say Zaves.
Guildmaster Quintomo. But correct, that is my name. May we have a word in my office?
All of
You're
us.
referring to the whole group?
All of you.
I don't
Okay.
speak for the group, so I was there.
Yeah. Okay.
As you are led down the hallway towards this very large oak door, that is where we're going to end the session for tonight, because what happens next is a story for another time.
All right.
So everyone, thank you so much for tuning into the session this evening. It's been a lot of fun. As I did not think we're going to get to the tower this quickly, but we'll see what happens. I am your Dungeon Master Stalkers, and I want to thank all of our role players for tuning in tonight. Congratulations to our raffle winners. And thank you to Kevin, our guest in the community this evening. If you're not part of Prestige Game Community, you can absolutely join us. You go to our Discord at pgc.gg/Discord. And Mr. Quentin here will get a link for you in the chat for that. Use !Discord for that link. So thank you so much. Do we have anybody in the chat currently that can help us out with something? Anyone at all? Anyway, we'll wait on those replies for that. I want to go ahead and pass on over to Astra, who is our druid, aka Chloe.
Yes, thank you. I'm really excited for us to go into the tower at first. Not excited, not into the idea, but I'm warming up to it. So, great opportunity ahead. Also, really wholesome moments today, everybody. I had a really
Very
great
wholesome.
time. And then I'll go ahead and pass it over to Aspen, played by Jeremiah, who is also our other druid, and for Polka as well.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, it was a great session. I loved role playing a bit. I liked wild shaping for I think the first time in the campaign. I might be wrong. But yeah, that was fun. Easiest information I've ever gathered. But yeah, I cannot wait to see what's in this tower and experience all of that. So with that, I will pass it to Noah, aka Zolkifli, a blood hunter.
Hello. Thank you. It's my honor, as always, to play with you all. Thank you so much for joining me on this collective story that we're telling. I'd like to take a moment just to marvel at the amazing nature of what we're doing. This is a practice time immemorial, getting together and telling stories. Acting well. Thank you. Tonight has been lovely. It always is. And I trust next week also will be lovely. Please join us then. And with that, I'll pass it over to our sometimes Irish friend, Cormac.
Thank you so much. Just want to say thank you to everybody in chat for chatting it up during the session. Had a great time this session. Can't wait to see what mischief we get into next week. I want to thank all the players, especially thank Michael, our lovely DM. And with that, I'll pass it over to Nate, our dwarven, who plays Nazmir, our dwarven sorcerer fighter.
I am just a dwarf in real life. Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. I am very interested to see, what's inside this tower. It should be cool, even if Nazmir may have his reservations. I think it should be a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us, and I will send it over to our guest for today. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Kevin.
I'm gonna be very straightforward with this one. I cannot wait to get into the tower and kill something I want.
No.
In game, obviously. But I'm also just looking forward to fleshing out my character more, and that requires a little bit of conflict. So looking forward to that. And whatever the hell we're getting called into this office for. Because I'm involved now since I joined the guild. But anyway, pass it back to Michael. Send us off.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. If you have not hit that follow button yet, be sure to do so now before you forget. We'll see you next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at twitch.tv/prestigegc. But if you like video games outside Dungeons and Dragons, we play Sea of Thieves, Phasmophobia, Fall Guys, Nintendo games, all sorts of games here at Prestige GC, discussing latest animes, movies, shows, showing off pictures of your food and pets, and more. We do have some community one-shots coming up real soon, along with some community events like our Trivia Night, hosted by West, who's also in our chat tonight. So we will see you next week, as always.
Hey, Wes.
Hello, Wes. I have nothing else to say. Bye.
Bye.
Who's doing the thing?
Whoever's number 3.
Whoever's number 3, that's
I believe that's you.
That's
That
me,
would,
isn't it?
yeah, that would be
That
you.
would be Jeremiah.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.